All right, what's up, people? I know I gave y'all three yesterday, and this one you're probably going to want to skip. The title alone should probably make you want to skip it. But I had to put this out there because I reviewed part one. I'm going to have to review part two. And what I'm going to do is, even though I'm not going to mention a lot of these fun guys that are really fun guys, you know what I mean? Like mushrooms and stuff, that I have a problem with, I will mention some of their arguments and why I think that Kevin Smith created a masterpiece. I think he created something that will be appreciated in time, even though you have all this salt flowing right now. You have all this fucking salt flowing. Now, let me ask you, why is the salt flowing? Okay, so here's the idea, all right? About, I don't know, 50 fucking years ago, when I was still a kid, it's more like 30 years ago, but who cares? Rounding up, right? Got to get it to the nearest fucking half century. They came out with these toys. And the toys had a label on the box. And the label on the box actually said, Masters of the Universe. One of those toys was He-Man. He-Man was originally packaged with an axe, a shield, and half of the power sword. Skeletor, another character, was packaged with the other half of the power sword. That would be the purple half. He-Man got the gray half. And his long staff. And maybe something else, but I don't remember. But I know I had them two. Then there was Man-at-Arms. There was Teela. There was Beastman. Okay. Those were the toys. It wasn't He-Man in the Masters of the Universe until Funimation took it over and co-opted it into a corporate strategy to sell more toys. Hello. Right? So now it's a He-Man centric universe. Instead of what it was originally intended to be, which was not a He-Man centric universe. It was, you have all these players that are trying to figure out how to unite the power sword. That was the original comics. That was the original characters. That was the original shit. I know because I'm a nerd. And fuck all y'all fake ass nerds out there, y'all weirdos that seem to, for whatever fucking reason, I don't know how anybody that has a fucking cock and balls can hate women so much. I don't get it. I uplift women. I want women to be strong. This whole thing about, well, the show ended up being about Teela. Yeah, it did. It ended up being about Teela becoming the new sorceress. It ended up about Adam dying, resurrecting, and dying and resurrecting again. You had so much shit going on. And then, okay, the second part. First episode, what happens? First episode, is it Teela-centric, motherfuckers? First episode, part two. Part two, episode one. Who is the main character? For all them weirdos out there that want to keep talking shit. I'm going to start mentioning names because I'm getting tired of holding my shit back. Because I want to get into debates with some of these people. Who was the first episode centered around? 100% was centered around Skeletor. It was Skeletor's fucking time to shine. He had the sword now. He had the power. And what'd he do with it? And at the very end of the episode, Adam comes in. After he is, yes, healed by Teela. Oh my God, a girl saved the boy. Oh no, it's Last Jedi all over again. You can hear the fucking tears of these fucking, these crybabies. What the fuck, what do they have a problem with? I don't get, a strong woman. They were like, well, we'd like to lead a battle angel. Yeah, because she was a fucking robot. That's how you like your waifus, man. That's what y'all are. Y'all some weirdos. Y'all don't really like strong women. I don't give a fuck what you say. Y'all don't like strong women. You have a problem with that. You even pronounce it wrong on purpose just to be funny. I get you. Haha, that's fucking hilarious. I actually have a wife and kids. So that shit don't fly where I'm from. But yeah, episode 1, totally Skeletor-centric. You get to see Skeletor Ascendant when he finally assembles the power sword. Well, not assembles it, he basically steals it. As a good heel should. It was a heel move. Then what? How did the episode end? With Adam basically calling down the power without the fucking sword. What happened? He turned into the original He-Man. The original guy with the fucking... There was even a point where an axe was thrown to him. Then episode 2 picks up and it's Battle Royale He-Man, Savage He-Man, Conan the Barbarian He-Man versus Skeletor. And He-Man is whooping his ass. And Skeletor is using all of his tricks, all of his magic. He's got magic. He's got the sword. He's powerful. He's got the sword. But he has to use his magic because this He-Man is just too overpowering for him. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's a woman's show. Because eventually Skeletor, because he's fucking Skeletor, idiots, there's more of you than one, got so drunk and deluded with power that he stepped into the thing that showed him past, present, and future. And while he was in there drunk on his own power, Evelyn basically tricked him. Again, heel move. That's fucking wrestling 101. If you don't get this shit, and this is why, like these salty ass fucks that just want to come shit on this show like a motherfucker, I can guarantee you in 10 years, this show is going to be, it's going to have a cult following. There's going to be people that are like, holy shit, Kevin Smith. You know, I hear this shit from especially some of these people like, oh, I really like the old Kevin Smith. But this new corporate Kevin Smith that just wants to push women's agendas. Watch that first episode again and tell me whose woman agenda is being pushed. Right? I mean, after all, what are women? They're only like half of fucking humanity. You know what I mean? Y'all are some weirdos. Y'all are some misogynists, man. If you hate a strong woman, I don't know what to fucking say about you, man. What do you want a man boy slave? What do you want? Like a girly boy? You want to go to Thailand? Should I book a flight for you? Because y'all some weirdos at this point. With your hatred for this show. Why? Because Teela had a prominent role. It was supposed to be about He-Man. Well, go back and watch the OG series. The Funimation series. I'm not talking about the toys and the comics that came with those toys. Because they had, wait for it, a much more, wait for it, diverse, wait for it, plot than you can fucking imagine. All you want is He-Man punching the screen for 40 minutes straight. He-Man, punch the screen. He-Man, punch the screen. They even made a joke about that at a certain point. Because Kevin Smith is smarter than you'll ever fucking be. All you trying to do is angle for a fucking inside. I'm about to mention names, but I'm not going to do it. Because these fuckers know who they are. And all they're doing is angling for some inside angle on a fucking like, maybe I can get a hold of this property. Maybe I can get a hold of that property. It's goofy, man. If you didn't get the whole vibe of that, and then the last episode, the finale, if you will, and people are getting mad about that too. Oh, you said Orko didn't die. He died, but he came back, motherfucker. Why do you want, like, okay, what you guys did was you came out and you spoiled this man's movie or show. I think of it like a longish movie. You know what I mean? You came out and you spoiled everything. You fucking put everything on the table and you're like, this was going to happen. This was going to happen. This was going to happen. What do you expect him to do? He's going to be like, yeah, well, you got me. You got me. Teela's a strong character. My bad. I made a woman a strong character. You know, oh, he lied. Orko's not going to die. Orko died, but when he came back at that moment in the finale, when he was the difference between Evelyn actually having the sword and the power of the sorceress at the same time, although she didn't take the mantle of the sorceress. And then that sword comes down to Adam and he grabs it and he does the thing and he turns himself and Cringer, he turns Battle Cat and him into He-Man, but he also turns Skeletor. And Skeletor's like fucking confused. He's like, why? He's like, because I want you to know how it feels to have to save the world. Come on now. Y'all some salty ass motherfuckers. If you can't see a story in there, if you can't see myth development, go watch all the OG shows all over again. Every episode is He-Man punching the bad guy in the face, punching the screen over and over again with actually the same regurgitated repeat animation over and over again. That's what you prefer? Why? Because you need to have He-Man always be the center of every fucking thing? He's one guy. He's still the hero of the show. They even proved that at the end. And when I made my first part of this video, what did I say? When all y'all motherfuckers, not you watching, well, maybe some of you watching, were saying, oh, it's a queer thing with Andra and Teela. Did you see the end of the show? What did I tell you? I told you there's always been a love situation going on between Adam and Teela. And boom, when that hand hit and that hand hit, boom, I was right. There was no fucking agenda. These people want to paint. See, this is the problem. Is because there is a real fucking like negative agenda going on out there that we need to be fighting against. But when you want to see ghosts everywhere, every fucking time you walk and you look behind your back and like, oh shit, what was that? You're a scary ass motherfucker. You don't deserve to be watching Kevin Smith. Take his name out your mouth because he's done more than you will ever fucking do. And you know who the fuck I'm talking to. I ain't gonna give them the respect of their names. This man delivered a great show. I'm sorry. Some people might be like, you know what? Not really for me. Or like, oh, I wish he went in a different angle with it. I get that. But to be like, this is all propaganda. They're just trying to push the lesbian agenda of cutting hair and turning it purple and fucking shaving heads. And it's all about lesbians and everything. Man, that's you. That's you, man. That's your agenda. Watch the fucking show. Watch season 2, episode 1. And tell me that's not a Skeletor episode 1000% where you get more out of Skeletor in that episode. What if he did have the sword? How would he act? How would he behave? Mark Hamill did a great job in voicing Skeletor. This is the type shit that you people with your weirdo fucking like, I gotta see a ghost everywhere. I gotta see a fucking goblin behind every fucking corner type narratives just fucking piss me off. There I am. I'm done with it. Master of the Universe, Revelation, the entire series. It doesn't get a 5 stars. It gets about a 4 stars from me. A 4 out of 5. It wasn't perfect. It was corny at times. But it didn't suck. And for the people that say it sucked, well, hey, like they say, let us not dispute taste.